So he said that you bound Michael up in the guest room at your mom's house.
So that is a false statement because I never have met Michael before in my life or never even seen Michael before, Vaughn, in my life up until this day. And as far as anybody getting tied or kidnapped at my house, this or that, any of that crazy off the wall accusations, that did not happen.
Where did you and Sarah go after you dropped Adrian off at Applebee's in Nampa?
So if I remember right, when we dropped him off for lunch, I think we went back to the mall over there and kind of walking around, talking a little bit, and then after that, I remember we went on a drive.
Mm-hmm. Where did you guys drive to?
And then at that time, I'm pretty sure I wanted to go back to my mother's house at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
What did you guys do at your mom's house?
So I went over there because I wanted to get, I had this water bottle. It was like a 2.5 gallon water bottle that you would use for like, if you were to buy water from a company, you know. So I wanted to go over there and refill that and then go over there and grab a couple new clothes and, you know, different things.
How long were you at your mom's house with Sarah?
I'd say there for a little bit of time, probably like 5 to 30 minutes, probably tops. He was Adrian, and he had like kind of an afro, and we went and did kind of a YouTube video that day where we were trying to make music and kind of like a car crash scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we were hanging out with him doing that previously earlier. And then after that, me, Adrian, and Sarah went to Applebee's where we dropped him off there after me and Sarah got a chicken sandwich and a soda pop over there at the Popeyes restaurant.
Who bought the Applebee's? You or him? Or who paid for it?
Sarah took me to lunch over at Popeyes, and she was going to buy a sandwich for me, Adrian, and her, but he said, my family's here, I want to see him, so I'm going to go to Applebee's and go over here and have dinner with them, or lunch with them real quick, and then give me a little bit of time to do that, and then you guys come back and get me.
Yeah.
So we did that, and in the meantime, me and Sarah were bored just kind of driving around the mall, and we didn't know what to do, so I drove back over to my house to get a water bottle and fill it up with water to bring back over to their house because I didn't like their water. And then during that time, after that, we came back to the mall and we picked up Adrian, me and Sarah, and then all three of us, Sarah, Adrian, and I, we hopped in the car and we went back to the Fruitland house. We just went over to a pawn shop, I think, just kind of look around at the pawn shop a little bit. And then I think he bought like an iPad, or he was trying to get a new iPad, I think.
That's Adrian, right?
Right, yes, sir. And then I think he bought one there. We went to the pawn shop, bought an iPad, and then came back and we were just chilling.
What time did you guys go pick Adrian back up? Or did you
I'm pretty sure it was after I went over to my mom's to check on the place, get some water, grab a couple items, this and that. I'm pretty sure we headed back after, killing a little bit of time, not really much to do. And then went back over to Applebee's, and then I'm pretty sure that we picked up Adrian, and me, Adrian, and Sarah, then we all headed back to Fruitland at that time in a car.
Did you guys go to a pawn shop that day?
I might have went to a pawn shop that day.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who went into the pawn shop?
Not really, because I mean I've gone to pawn shops for years, off and on.
Right.
Me myself personally,
no worries.
but
no worries. You guys picked up Adrian, then you guys headed back to Fruitland?
Yep, I'm pretty sure we did go back to Fruitland after that.
Do you
And I'm
remember
pretty sure the
stopping?
reason for that was going and doing more, ride share things, taxi calls, errands around town.
Did you guys stop anywhere on your way back to Fruitland? Do anything?
I do not believe so, no.
Okay. Did you know what Sarah or what Stacy, was doing that day while you were out running around with Sarah and Adrian?
Not really, no. As far as I can remember to the best of my ability back then, I'm pretty sure he was like kind of there on standby waiting for like another call in case he had to go out.
Okay. All right. So you guys head back to Fruitland. Do you know what time you guys got back home?
So when we got back on that day, it was about almost about the time where it was starting to get dark, I would say.
Well, you're talking July. Wouldn't that be pretty late? I'm just wondering because I know you're trying to remember your times, and I'm not trying to get you to say anything else, but that would probably be like after 8 o'clock or so.
Right.
So you guys didn't get back to the house until later in the evening?
That was correct, yes.
Okay. And was Stacy home when you guys got home?
So later that day, he ended up going with me to go do the car tow, and it was Stacy, Sarah, and I, and we had to leave and go get fuel before we took off. So I know we did that, and then went back over there and tried to tow the car, and then we ran into a couple like problems or whatever issues
Mm-hmm.
with tow straps and lights and all that stuff. So I do remember that.
Right. But when you got home from Nampa, was Stacy at home? Do you know?
I'm not too clear on it, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't know. It's like a 50-50 call right there.
Okay. Was there any kind of like argument or altercations or anything between anybody before you guys left to go get your car from your mom's?
There might have been a little bit of arguing going back and forth, but nothing too major, no.
Did you wash any clothes when you got to your mom's house?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
And if I did, it was already old clothes that was there, or like I usually do my laundry on a weekly basis and keep all my stuff throughout the week, and maybe would wash clothes one time, but I don't think I was going there just to wash clothes that day, no.
What was Sarah doing when you guys got there?
I'm pretty sure she was waiting in the vehicle outside for us to get everything ready to go so we could just go there and then get ready to head back. Because it was
Okay.
starting to get darker that day.
And then what was Stacy doing when you guys got there?
I don't know, he might have ran in to use the bathroom real quick one time, or go in there to maybe get drinks or something for the road, or
Okay.
and then head back out, just help me make sure I get everything hooked up and ready to go to do
So
the car recovery mission.
So Stacy went into the house then.
I have allowed Stacy to go in there before. Yes, ma'am. Because,
Okay.
if you're, having a long day, gotta use the
Mhm.
restroom, run out.
Yeah.
So, before all this kind of went the way it did and broke out and took the turn of events the way it did when it did, I don't know, it's just a lot to think about.
Did you in any time ever suspect that Stacy had done this with Michael, that he kidnapped Michael?
No, I did not suspect or think that he would even be capable of doing something like this, or have the, brains to even try to do something like this. So that's why it strikes me as kind of strange. But then some behaviors got stranger and some got different. And, and then this whole story comes out, gets put on the news, and then a whole big thing breaks out through the news that a missing child report has been filed and done. Kid comes up missing that I've never seen or met before.
What was the rest of the night like?
Pretty weird feeling ever since that got said, and pretty strange. And then I remember we searched around for quite some time, and then I remember we went to a gas station. I stood in line, grabbed a gallon of milk, I'm pretty sure, and then just kind of was in shock and awe and went right back out to the car. And that was at the time, like, the whole town was just kind of going wild too.